All right, we did it. We're back.
We're back.
From break. I want to say a super huge thank you to everybody who donated before the break. Your donations help make this show possible, along with the kindness of from Fulton County Arts Council, who has helped us make this show possible through a rather kind grant. So, oh hell yeah, donated for more thirst. Unmade Gaming. Oh. I'm already thirsty, so now you are too. Filled Glass wanted to let us know we looked thirsty, and Snow Dogs didn't leave us anything but $50 to fill the bar, which I feel like is plenty. Ooh. So we had to get a little thirsty there before the break. I used a couple of those bars to introduce a few characters. We had a set of twins, the Giga Cats, 2 of 4 Giga Cats, but we don't know their names because that didn't seem to be of import, I guess, in that conversation, or at least at the moment.
There it is.
There it is. I introduced at the top their rival gang. We got to meet them, the Nay Slayers. The Nay Slayers. Oh my god, this is too good. The Nay Slayers, who are like a part equestrian team of roller derby girls. They probably actuality, they probably were not good enough in a quest, like, to actually ride horses, so they had to turn to roller derby.
They weren't good horse girls, so they became roller derby girls.
Oh failed horse girls.
Failed horse girls.
How do you become a failed horse girl?
Wow. It just didn't quite suit their fancy, as much as just dressing like it and.
Were they originally Pegasisters, like in the My Little Pony fandom, and then when that got creepy, they turned to this?
I feel like maybe they're
Pegasisters, yeah, Bronies and Pegasisters.
Look,
I don't want to talk about the My Little Pony fandom right now.
I feel like maybe they're corporate masters, for like derby is where the money's at.
Yeah.
Horses. We're driving them extinct, so we're going to swap you over to Derby.
I wonder if when they signed up, they were like, okay, we're signing up for Derby.
Yeah. It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
It was a total mistake. That's actually officially canon.
Oops. They signed up for the wrong Derby.
They signed up for that, and the first time they showed up with horses. Yeah, they showed up with no skates and saddles. Okay. Well. This is where we are. So, we'll set the scene, right? Neon City, Neon 2099. Everything is bright and vibrant, which hides the dark undertones of a rather corporate-driven world. We got to meet our little roller derby crew, calling themselves the Skateful Hate, which I really love. And tonight is Neon-a-ween, and they've already kind of started some street squabbles here and there leading up to the arena, where now they're waiting on their turn to compete. They had a few hours, and they've already found trouble, as Max's ex, Kala, appeared around the corner. Another use of our thirst bar, appears around the corner to, surprisingly enough, not looking for Max. And her unkind words upset Minnie. A shove was had, there was some drinks in the air, and then we heard the very important words from a bunch of suits that walked by. One woman mentioned that they were going to be canceling the Neon Derby moving forward, and in fact, they're going to be tearing this arena down. That did not settle well with Max. And Max retaliated with a little bit of a trick of the eye with her bat, Sniffles, who scared them. They also ended up in a puddle on the ground with a bunch of, with Kala's group. What did I call them? Oh yes, the Murder Maidens, instead of the Mermaidens. And that's where our camera actually cut, because Max and Minnie were taking a stroll, maybe to get her a little bit less agitated, which clearly has not worked. But Velocity and Malin were off doing other things. Where do your skates take you?
Mal is sticking close to Velocity to make sure she stays on time for our bout, because she knows if she lets her go off alone, she won't make it. And so she's like, Mal's like keeping an eye on Velocity, but like following her lead because she's chill.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's one sure way that you could keep me from wandering off.
I grab your hand. I'm holding your hand. I'm
Oh, that's
I love
sweet.
hand holding.
All right. I think I'm smitten with Mal.
Okay.
That didn't take long. You just walked out of the locker room.
We've known each other for a while, and I'm
Dang.
just like so glad that Mal invited me to this activity full of hotties, and it's actually also fun, which is a bonus, right?
Yeah.
So this has been like something in the making, and we rarely, like at these team practices, get time to ourselves. It's really only when the others are busy and Mal knows that she needs to keep me out of trouble. So Mal should take a string.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
And I think the reason that this would never last, just the scoundrel question, is that like Mal's capacity for responsibility and devotion is just diametrically opposed to the way that Velocity is just like constantly running and like maintaining speed because her past is like a loaded gun aimed at her back. So
That's fair.
so yeah, that's just incompatible. As long as Velocity's a disaster in this particular way, then that's not likely to work out unless Mal abandons, you know, all of her devotion and ideals and everything. But like Vel stopped asking about that after like, you know, a long time ago.
Yeah. I feel like when they first met, it was like a thing. Like Velocity kept trying to like get her to like come out and hang and like do all this stuff, and Mal's just like one, oblivious, but also just like, I don't feel like that.
Yeah. There's
Stay home
a.
and play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, yeah.
Right?
The pet walking game.
Yeah, the pet walking game. Yeah, the crossing of animals. This reminds me actually of there's optional intimacy moves in the book which I really like, and one of them's called Connect. And this one says when you appeal to someone's desire for emotional or social connection, which is kind of what that is. So, and a successful version gives you a string. So we'll say, without the even need for a roll, Malin knows. You and Velocity have been doing this whole roller derby thing for a while. And you got a little history there. And so it does stop you, Velocity, in your tracks.
Okay, so we still have to be on time. You know we have to be on time. But what do you want to do till then? There's like all this stuff here. Ooh, we could go watch the cats play. The like
That's
cats.
that's too desperate.
Oh, okay.
It's too desperate. Don't watch them. They definitely won't like that.
Cool. So no cat tushies for us.
Oh, when you put it that way, okay.
Right? Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Mal knows how to get. She wants to watch the competition, and she knows how to appeal.
Okay. So you head down to find some seats. This is an arena, at its finest, right? Like, so, raised seats kind of in a bowl. But this is the first time we as the audience have been able to actually lay eyes on the arena itself. What does the Great Neon Derby actually look like? And as we see Velocity and Malin take maybe some front row seats, being seen may not be a bad idea. And you know that a large part of the Neon Derby is about flirting with the audience. You know, as much as it is beating up other girls. So you take really good seats right there in the front. And you see the rink for tonight. The rink for the Neon Derby is always changing. But it's as if someone put together, like, a hamster cage. So there's, like, all kinds of ramps and, like, tubing that you can, like, use your skates for and those kinds of things. There's a giant ball on one end that, like, the rink goes through. And you know that the key to roller derby is simple. it's
skate
last
fast.
skate fast, smack ass, and be the last team standing. That's at least that's the general rules are be last team standing. And you can see like there are lines painted. There's like a bright red area that considers you out of bounds, and then it drops down into a foam pit, like these chunks of safe foam, where you actually fall off the rink. It's up in the air. Above this, and so it's
so fun,
right? It's like it's super bright and vibrant. It reminds me of what was that? Mousetrap? Was that board game where you like try to trap the mouse? It has all kinds of things like that, levers and things you can find to like booby traps on other women or other teams. So there's all kinds of stuff, but it's always different. So part of the joy of the Neon Derby is figuring out the rink, and so Malin's right. Maybe putting eyes on it early wouldn't hurt anything. There's no telling what you might be able to learn. And the
or
team,
what butts you can see.
or what butts you might be able to see.
Great butts.
And you hear the announcer.
A plus butts.
A plus butt butts. There's
That
butt
is
butts.
a grade A rump roast right
That
there.
is a rump roast if I ever saw it. And there is actually, it's also a very dangerous game. Like people sometimes go flying. Injuries happen. It's kind of the fun part of the game. There's also a large clear wall, the way like you watch hockey, like in front of you, so that there's no real splash zone for the dangers of this game. And so it starts. The announcer simply says, "In this corner, we have the steamrollers," and they like point. You can see these women in trousers, like pleated trousers and white button-ups with suspenders and massive cigars hanging out of their mouths come like rolling out. They've got these like bowl cuts and these like hats on. They look the part, and they all like kind of take their cigars. There's a gray cloud of smoke that like follows them onto the rink. And in this corner, the Giga Cats, and the crowd's like, "Wah!" goes wild. Woo! And they roll out looking all Tron. They dodge and weave through each other in this cool kind of way as their music plays. Their neon lights are like flashing. Their tails are spinning, making the hearts, right? And people are going nuts for the Giga Cats. But it is a very very clear to you that in terms of size and girth, the steamrollers are, in fact, the kind of beefier team. They're going to have a lot more power, but looking at the Giga Cats, they are dexterous and seem to take to the track very, very quickly. And a massive clock clicks on. 5 minutes is all you get in a round of Neon Derby because it goes that fast and is that vicious. The announcer says, "Take your marks. Derby!" And and they start skating opposite ends of this massive rink. And you watch as they take loops like Sonic. The first steamroller comes around a corner rather fast, and you can see two of the Giga Cats there. Bops them off to the side. They go flying like nothing. And the announcer's like, "Looks like the steamrollers take the lead." And so you kind of watch this play out. Do either of you do anything, or you just want to watch it happen?
Those pussies are getting smashed.
Yep.
In fact, you say that, and one of the twins gets like creamed against this like glass wall, and like smeared past, and you see go ahead.
As they smear past, I think if Velocity's cool, both of us blow a kiss as they like smear past us.
Would you like to provide emotional support?
Sure.
You guys can roll for emotional
Absolutely.
support if you want. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The announcer goes, "Ooh, that has to hurt."
Daring. Yeah.
Yeah, daring. I would take daring for this, or emotional heart. Heart.
Emotional support is heart or spirit.
Heart or spirit. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely gonna like lean really far over to blow a kiss, like over the railing of our front row seat.
Okay. So you still got an 8, even so you're still good. Okay. That's a mixed beat. They notice you, and you, Velocity, lean over. Go ahead and make your emotional support roll, because I'm going to give you each a chance to like support this one of the two twins.
Sure.
So we got Yeah, so heart or spirit plus your 2d6. Okay, another mixed beat. Okay, another mixed beat. Very nice. So, I actually think you both get a heartstring over them, which might be able to be moved later. I want to make sure that's correct.
This is
No,
I'm sorry.
Something.
Oh yeah,
If
pick.
they get a benefit if they open up to us. So we don't actually get anything from a mixed beat,
Okay,
but
perfect. They may get something.
It can be helpful to them, right? So I would just take that narratively. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really open up to them because they're being slid down a wall at the hands of this this much larger woman. But they do notice the both of you. You see, they reach up and hit their helmet, and their very cool white helmet like slides open, and you can see the helmet's protecting their face, and she winks at the both of you and like clicks it down, and you see that she's got a plan. And something about the both of you being there to watch kind of changes her spirits, and you see her slide her skates up the wall, and she does this like backflip over and lands perfectly. When she does it, slings one of the steamrollers way off. It hits the side of one of the tracks and then falls into the foam pit below.
Yes.
Nice. High five, Mal.
Heck yeah.
And as the two of you high five, something catches your attention. It, in fact, this time is not the race, but the sounds of screams way up behind you.
That could be.
I wonder what could possibly be. And maybe the both of you turn around. Quite a few people do, because there is like a scream. You see 3 people in suits go tumbling to the ground, and very clear as day is Minnie and Max standing next to one another, looking suspicious. Oh, and a bat flutters past unassumingly.
The bat's gonna come back to me and is going to be on my shoulder, and I'll be like, "Good job, Sniffles."
Oh, I think Mal sees it and just is like, "Oh no," and looks at Velocity and is like, "We need to go."
Velocity's on her feet. She is there for this. She is gonna back up her team, like in a surprising display of reliability.
Nice.
We're gonna book it to our teammates and see what the fuck is going on.
You run up and you see it is a pile. Well, first off, Velocity. You see Kala, who is just standing up from this puddle of people.
Puddle of people, puddle of water, puddle of condiments.
Yeah, there's condiments, there's corn dogs.
Drinks.
She goes to stand. Do you offer a hand? Because she asks for one, like help getting up.
I have things to do with both of my hands. First hand is yes, I will help her up. Second is I will pluck that corn dog out of her seashell bra and take a bite out of it.
There's now like there's like a condiment line up the center of her chest, and she goes and she like stands up a little bit. Max, you see all of this in the midst of this chaos. She goes, I was just looking for you. I was coming to wish you good luck.
Mm. And you as well. I hope that you're also able to find some luck at this tournament.
She says, as much as I wish that was the case, we lost the last round. So be it.
That's disappointing, but I hope I can count on you to cheer us on.
She says, well, and eyes looks at Max first. Right? She makes eyes at Max before she turns back to Velocity, and she says, you are the only thing worth watching on this team, and she boops you on the nose. And she goes, come on, girls.
Kala? Kala.
Oh, I'm sorry, Max. I didn't hear you the first time.
Well, that's fine. Your ears were never very good anyway. Just like you in bed.
That's Mal behind you. Ooh!
And the thing, Kala?
Goes, I'm sorry. I was just looking to come wish you all good luck, and I met with such disdain.
Yes, meeting up with the girl you cheated on me with. Yeah, that's real nice in front of me. I don't care.
What? I could turn to Mal.
What?
Who's that? Who are they
You.
talking about?
You.
Velocity, I'm pretty sure it might be you with how that just went down. So.
I mean, it's entirely possible.
Her remorse really, really warms my soul.
There's no proof, and the last time I checked,
There's no proof. You sent me photos.
it was an accident. It was supposed to go to Felicity, and she points to her best friend, who's like,
Oh no. Mal is not playing with this.
It doesn't matter where they were supposed to go. You still cheated on me. So.
maybe.
You know what? Your new look suits you. Covered in other things, covered in squirting from other people. Damn it, I messed up.
She gasped.
Do you want to say that again for?
Yeah. Say it again for the podcast.
You know, your new look suits you. Being squirted on by other things all the time.
How? Come on, Felicity. I don't have to stand here and take this.
You never were good at taking it.
She can't do it anymore. She says, listen, Max. It was never going to work out between us anyways, and you knew it. She says, you don't have...
In fact, I did not know that. So. No, that's something I could have included on.
And she goes, I can't just let you stand here and diss me like that.
I have said nothing that's untrue.
She says, I mean, slandering my name?
You did it yourself.
And her girls are like, yeah, slander.
You did all these things, so, like, you did this to yourself.
She goes, yeah, well, your friend, and she points at Minnie, is the one who pushed me and
if
ruined...
that finger gets close to Minnie, Minnie's gonna...
Fight it.
She pulls it back and she says, just a bunch of beasts, it looks like to me. You know...
That reminds me, Minnie, that was really sweet. You're so nice.
She already knows I'm a beast.
Oh! Wait a second. Okay. So Max starts, turns to Minnie and goes, that was real sweet. And you see Kala fume. She, squints her eyes and looks at Minnie. And she goes, yeah, too bad we didn't get to take it out in the rink. I would really love to have seen you take a fall.
You have to be good to do that.
She says, yes, well, we'll see how you all do in the rink. We know that none of you are destined to be queen.
Oh, bitch, please, step off. You don't know my life. You don't know my choices.
She goes, I'm sorry, did you tell me to step off? And a couple people around go, ooh, a step off. Ooh, a step off.
I did.
Instead.
Oh, and somebody goes, did I hear a step off, girl? I heard step off. And people begin gathering.
You heard step off.
What's a step off? Why is everyone repeating that?
People start gathering around. They make kind of a circle around all of you. And you see Kala go, I haven't had a step off since grade school. I'm due for this. And she goes, hold my seashells. And she takes her trident out of her hair and slings her hair down. It's slow motions, for sure. And then she removes the seashells, which actually you see there's like a titanium style bra underneath that's actually the structure. She just hold my seashells. And so now she's cracking her neck and she draws her sword.
Mm-hmm. Mal's just looks her up and down, looks super unimpressed. She's with the crowd, hyping them up. And as soon as the sword is drawn, she draws hers. It's just real cocky about it.
Yeah, somebody's step off, step off,
come up.
Step off, step off.
Nobody messes with my team and thinks they can get away with it. Especially when you hurt my Max. This is my Max now.
She goes,
not your Max.
I didn't hurt Max.
Oh.
She goes, Max hurt me.
No, in fact, actually, it was me. So put that finger back in my face and see what happens.
That's right.
Y'all chat.
Smitten? I think I'm double smitten.
You can totally be. Yeah, and maybe, and she sees Minnie step up for you again, and she says, you're next when I'm done with your friend. And she goes around and she drags her sword, which is more like a cutlass, around the like edge of the circle, kind of drawing a line, I guess you could say, or like I guess she's carving it in this like concrete floor, and then she draws a line down the center.
Can I offer that the floor actually be that like neon bowling arcade carpet?
Oh, done.
Yes.
She drags, even better. So she drags her sword through the carpet and makes a perfect circle, and then draws a line down the center, kind of cutting it in half. And she says, "Your side, my side." She says, "You know the rules."
I don't actually know.
I don't know the rules. Can somebody tell me the rules? And
I'm just making eyes.
she's totally gonna monologue and tell you the rules, because why wouldn't she? And she goes,
Thank you.
"For those of you who have never had the pleasure of a step off," she goes, "it's very simple. My side, your side. We duel it out until somebody spends more than 3 seconds on another person's side. You have exactly that long to step off, or you're disqualified."
Mal just like stares at her and makes a little like, "Come on," gesture.
And she,
Oh my
you know,
God.
here we go. And so we see a fight break out between them. Malin, would you like to make first move, or do you want her to do it?
Mal has played this game before. She knows you wait, because the more you anger them, the more sloppy they become. So she's just like egging her on,
Okay.
and is gonna like wait her out.
Oh, how do I do this? Okay, that's how I do that. Okay. Well, then she's gonna roll. You egg her on, and she's like, "That won't work on me. I've never lost a step off." And she swings in with her cutlass.
It's easy to not lose when you haven't played since grade school.
Mal, you always get the best of me. You can get the best of her. She's nothing but a washed up fish.
Oh yeah.
Wash up fish.
Okay, she
Double
only
spin, definitely.
rolled an 8. She only rolled an 8, which, you know, in a fight does give her a chance, to do a couple things. So she... Oh, let's see. Okay. She cuts in, and I imagine the swords bind together, and she pulls close, and as they're, like, X'd across your face, she is, like, nose to nose with you, Malin. And she says, "You know, Max wasn't that good anyways, but I'd break her heart all over again, just to watch all of you cry about it."
Oh,
And
this is
she's
why
going
Max
to...
is better than you.
She's going to inflict a condition on you.
Is she?
She is. She's going to inflict angry. I hope it makes you very angry.
Okay. Okay.
And then she also kisses you before she, like, pushes away in this moment, flirting a little bit with you, putting a string on you.
Cool.
Malin, you get an opportunity to make an attack. How would you, if you would like to?
Yeah. Mal is going to take the next move. She thinks of the fight more as like a dance.
It's exactly
So
what
it's like,
it is.
you've stepped here, cool, I'm coming back you. With the conviction both of my devotion, which is protection
Okay.
from protecting Max. And you know, failure. I'm not into her breaking my friend's heart.
Yeah, totally. And then
so I
turning
will-
around and flirting with you nonetheless.
All right.
Outrageous.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. So she's trying to make me angry,
She
and
is.
I'm getting there on Max's behalf. But as our motto is skate fast, smack ass, I'm going to go with the smack ass part of this,
Okay.
but with my sword. So I want to try like disengage, kind of like
Yeah.
pivot around her, and then smack her ass with the flat of my sword.
Yes. You kind of launch her off, and as you do, you take your sword. You hear that shing as you slide her sword to the ground. It tosses her off step a little bit. I mean, you are all in skates, and you we hear a whack. Let's still get a fight.
Yeah. Okay, so Darius. Roll with
You could-
modifier.
Yep. So you have
my
a,
daring modifier.
yeah, you have daring or grace, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. Oh, downbeat.
A downbeat.
Can I offer no, not emotional support. Influence with a string. So
Nice.
I literally, I'm behind you. I'm hyping you up. I'm just like, you've got this. You're the best at this. I know you can do it. And if you don't, I'm gonna fucking punch you after I fucking punch her. So I'm gonna spend a string on Mal.
Yes.
All right. So you can take that up 1 to make it a 7. So you do succeed basically at what you want, making it a mixed beat. So you get to choose 2 on a fight. Right? So you can choose 2 for your moment as we, well, you tell me first and then I'll show you what goes down.
I want to take an object from my opponent and seize the superior position. So after smacking her tush with my sword, I want to skate around her, pick up hers, and like level them. And basically be like, you're walking back, like you're staying on this side.
Okay, so you seize her weapon. We see this happen as you kind of put both of them out. She looks like you see her head up. Are you gonna flirt with or provoke her and gain a string on her, or do you want to through violence or cutting words inflict a condition? What's the plan here for your final?
Ooh, I want to inflict a condition.
Okay, which condition?
I want to inflict guilty.
Okay.
So with the swords pointed, I look at her. I'm like, you are a disgrace. You wish that you were good enough for Max, but we all know it's not true. And as good as Velocity is at flirting, and trust me, I understand how that goes, she's not so good as to get someone to cheat on their girlfriend unless they're a terrible human already. So you can just skate off.
Everybody like gasp, and you see as you back her up, something happens. She accidentally skates a little too far back into your half of the rink. You hear somebody go 1, 2, 3. Everybody goes crazy because, of course, she's over, and everybody's like, yeah, step off, step off, step off. And they begin cheering. About this time, she takes that guilt, and you see her eyes cut to you, Max. They do look guilty. She looks very guilty. But then again, she looked guilty the day you found out she cheated on you, so. But you hear the hustle, and somebody, a voice rings out, oh no, it's the pigs! As people begin to scatter, and you see security comes running up, to possibly break up this, like, unwarranted fight. And they're like, get out of here! Stop fighting! What do all 4 of you do? Because they're starting to arrest people.
So Mal is going to drop the sword, look at her, and just be like, you can leave now. And then is going to turn and kind of like motion for the girls.
Oh, yeah. Minnie is absolutely grabbing hands and we're booking it. Minnie, like, as soon as someone says pigs, it's almost like, oh. It's like a reflex.
Two things. 1, I need to figure out the smitten thing for both Minnie and Mal. 2, Max steals Kala's sword.
I love that. I would say there's enough chaos where she doesn't even she maybe goes to pick it up and somebody kicks it and it slides across the floor and bumps into your foot, Max.
I'm not only gonna steal it. So I'm going to use Commune with the Unseen. And I am attempting to hide something in the unseen world.
Okay.
So I finally figured out how to do this on Roll20.
Nice. Okay, great.
We're so proud.
Oh, and don't forget, you upped it. Okay, so you rolled a 5.
You get
plus,
to add,
plus your spirit.
That is a 6, so...
A 6 total. So it is only a downbeat. You do get experience, don't forget to mark it, unless somebody feels like they can do something.
My spirit is bad.
Ready for a downbeat.
Yeah, that works. I think it'd be interesting. As you try to steal the sword. I'm into it.
All right. You.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think with a downbeats, do 2 bad things from this list happen?
Yes. So let's see. Okay, I gotta have your.
So I give
So
a dangerous unseen a string on me. First off.
Oops.
That's true.
Okay.
That's
Not
true.
bad.
But yeah, a downbeat means basically the GM makes a move, so they can take inspiration from like the drawbacks
Yep.
from commune with the unseen, but they're not limited to those options.
Yeah.
It could have nothing to do with it, right? It could be like you hide it there, but you take so much time that like the cops get you.
Uh huh.
Whatever. We'll see
Okay.
what that does
Oh,
with it.
interesting. Okay, so there's a dangerous string that I get to attach, and what else?
And you can inflict more things on me.
More. I can
but
inflict condition.
I don't know. It doesn't say here whether if I get a downbeat, like I automatically have all the Uriah things happen. So I think it's up to you.
No.
But-
Okay.
No, it's...
I
Yeah, it's
also-
always
yeah.
down. The moves don't specify what the GM does on the downbeat. That's up to your discretion, and there are suggestions for each playbook and for each of the basic moves. If you
Yep.
look at the GM reference, if you're ever stumped, that's
It's a
when in
really
doubt.
handy reference, by the
I
way.
will say that if anyone is paying attention to how Max looks, like there's like her eyes completely blank out, completely white as she's trying to do this.
I think Mal notices just because she's like trying to move you guys, but she's also gonna let you do what you're gonna do. So
Yeah, don't interrupt the commune with the unseen.
All
my
right.
eyes go white, and I'm not touching that.
I'm gonna say the sword does disappear. You think
happening.
it was successful, but how bad do I want to be? All right, no, this is a thirsty game.
It's a
This is
thirsty
a thirsty
game.
game.
Oh no!
It's a
What's
thirsty
happening?
one shot.
It's a
Bring
thirsty
it.
one shot.
Bring it!
Bring it. Max, you see it disappear and you're like, woo, and you turn around and you're nose to nose in the midst of all of this chaos with Kala. The last thing that was inflicted upon her was a level of guilt for what she did, and you really hammered home that she cheated on you and that she broke her heart. You broke her heart, and she kisses you as long as you'll allow it, deep and passionately. World slows for just a second, and as she pulls you away, she says, I mean it. I'm really sorry. But this magical spell that you cast on her sword was not really as successful as you wanted it to be. And she grasps your hand and she disappears. Just like the sword into
Wax.
another.
Wow.
Another.
You mean business?
Yeah. Just as much as the kiss still lingers on your lips, and security's running around trying to break this up. And when I say they're like arresting people, they're like, "Hey, stop doing that!" They run around with like little sticks and stuff, like they got neon down the side. And they're kind of trying to break the crowd up. And in the chaos, you stand perfectly still. All that's left are her seashells. They clatter to the ground. Smoking a blue smoke.
Oh my god.
Guess
There's-
I scoop them up.
You pick them up, and they blue smoke trails out of them as you hold one in each hand.
And as soon as you have them, Mal grabs your wrist. It's like, we gotta go.
She just lets you pull
That
her.
We gotta go.
was cold.
Okay, I'm gonna say I used my last. That was the third thirst bar to assure that you got the kiss and apology you deserved.
Aw.
And then committed murder.
And then they got rid of it. But then got rid of it.
Maybe.
You don't know where she went. You don't know where she went, but she definitely is not here anymore. And
Okay.
off you all run to take a minute. Where do you go?
I would think that it's starting to be close to time for us to race. So Mal's gonna like basically force everyone towards like race start or like wherever like the teams have to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. You go down and through the locker room to like what is holding, basically.
Yeah.
You all have a few minutes, maybe a couple rounds, meaning there are a few people ahead of you before you compete. And it is, of course, while you're on deck that you learn who you're up against. It has to be, I'm so sorry, it's got to be the Nace Slayers.
Yeah, it does.
As if the universe could not punish you more tonight. As you all catch your breath, you hear the announcer say, and next up, and on deck, we have the Nace Slayers. And the Skateful Hate. And
Mal,
people
like-
cheer and, you know.
Yeah. Mal like looks at the team. She's like, okay, you guys, I know it was weird. Velocity, Max, we're gonna have to like figure whatever that was out later. But now,
Well,
think
no, I just
murdered my
just-
ex-girlfriend.
I just want you to know, Max, while you're disintegrating people, that
What?
I had no idea that Cola was seeing anybody. I didn't even ask, so
She just
don't blame me.
Her name was Kala.
Yes, that's what I
Well,
said.
She didn't mean shit to you, but she meant a lot to me.
I think
You're
Mal
a bad person.
has something to say.
Velocity.
Mal's just like between you guys, like, okay, we're doing this now. Velocity clearly in the wrong.
You want to go?
She's
What is this
she's
beat up on
dating-
Velocity Day?
Mal,
am I
we
supposed
don't
to
have
know?
time for this. We gotta
Okay.
go.
Oh,
gotta-
yeah,
okay.
I really care about the game right now. Yeah, that's really my main concern.
Okay. Mal is going to walk over to Max, gonna emotional support. She's gonna put both hands on your shoulder, like you're face to face. Just like, I know this was really overwhelming, and it's terrible to see an ex at the best of times, which tend to typically be the worst of times, and I get that. And honestly, we will have words with Velocity because you guys need to clear the air here. But like,
I don't know what happened, and also, I still feed her plants. I still have all of her plants in my
What?
apartment, and like I
Yeah.
kept them because maybe she would come back for them. And
Max, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna find new homes for those plants because it's time to move forward to different plants.
I also collect bugs.
Oh.
We're gonna move on to bugs. More bugs.
I have bugs. Just the plants cover them up, and
We're gonna show off the bugs next.
So that was my I like snails. When you are smitten with someone and figure them out, blurt out something weird. If you're okay with this,
Yeah.
blurt out something weird, and you can ask me a question from the figure it out list, I think.
Oh, yes. Figuring out a person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you
so
also
this
get a
is-
string.
Roll the figure out a person move,
Yeah.
and this gives you a bonus on it.
Yep.
So
Plus
I'm
wit.
let
into
me. I like snails. Yeah. So if you are trying to figure out Mal, then you blurt out something weird, and you let Mal ask you a question from the figure out list.
Yeah.
And you get an extra question from the list, even if the roll on your figure out is a downbeat. So you should roll wit to figure Mal out if that's what you're looking to do.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm not rolling with physical dice anymore. I'm sorry. I don't remember this. Okay, let's see. 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what did I get? Like a 2?
Three.
Why
3
can't I
plus
see these?
a wit. Are you the chat box there at the upper right? Just make sure it looks like 2 chat bubbles. Make sure you click that because it
Yeah,
should, and then
they're in the
scroll
roll
down.
20.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's real low. So thanks to your love of snails or blurting out embarrassing things, you do each get to ask each other a question, but it's a downbeat. Mark XP and Dot is going to do something.
Yeah, each of you
Okay.
get XP. So don't forget to take it, and don't forget some of you may be getting close to 3 XP, which is when you can take an advancement, which adds some things. So each of you do get to ask a question of each other.
I'm gonna let Max go first.
I feel like Max is really struggling with this Kala thing, and it's like, where did she like go though? Where? Where did I put her? I meant to make the sword disappear, not... the unseen are sometimes terrible. Wait. Maybe my sword can tell me.
Okay. Yeah, we will find out where she went after the match, which we're going to win because you're awesome. I just I'm trying to see how to use the question. Okay. We're gonna figure that out after this. But Max, how would you feel if we go into the match together? We'll hold hands. We'll start strong together because you need some strength right now. We've got this. And then afterwards, I will help you figure out what happened.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
That might. Okay.
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 And
okay.
Mal grabs your hand, and we're gonna make our way to the start line.
As you start making your
get ready.
Yeah, you look around. You're not totally in your costumes. You all begin like tossing them on. You have just minutes before you're like smearing, I imagine, like red glitter and grease paint all over your faces and horns. Do we do tails? Definitely horns.
Got a tail. Yeah.
I definitely.
I've got some wings.
Little wings. Y'all look the part. The skateful hate is killing it. And we see your silhouettes as you line up, but that was a downbeat. And Max, you're still can't get your mind off of your ex, even with the support of Malin. Where did she go? What did you do to her? And everybody knows that you draw your sword for the derby because protect yourself. And as you all go to draw your sword, Max, when you reach for yours, the handle feels different. When you draw it from the sheath, it is her sword. And it speaks to you in her voice. It looks that you turned your girlfriend into a sword. Or your ex-girlfriend.
Thirsty sword
Yes,
lesbian.
yes, lesbian sword. This is the thirsty lesbian sword part of this, and you don't. There's no face. It's not comical in any way. You just kind of feel the sword vibrate. She goes, what the hell, Max?
Oh no, Mal.
Yeah.
My sword is Kala. This is not my sword. This is Kala.
Oh.
I don't know where my sword is.
Well, you're gonna have to harness the power of your ex-girlfriend to get through this.
This might be a really good time to maybe figure some shit out while we actually try to win this, okay? Let's go.
She goes, Max, don't you dare take me into this derby as a piece of steel. And she's like totally losing it. As you hear the
I don't think I have consent.
I don't know that you have time.
And she goes, yeah, she's like, what did you do to me? I know you did this to me, Max.
Okay, I'll fix it. I'm sorry. Weird things happened after you left, okay?
She goes, weird. When I left, you kicked me out.
Well, no, I didn't.
And she goes, yes, you did. And then the booming voice of the announcer
Oh no.
comes up and over all of this conversation. They announce, of course, the naysayers, slayers first. And you hear oh, they're the worst. The announcer's voice is taken over by the sound effect of clomping horses as they come riding out onto the rink with crops in hand. There's no horse; it's just them on skates. But they do look. They wear their tight little pants and I'm killing Tiffany, and they strap on their helmets, and you hear her. All right, ladies, it's time to ride or die. And the crowd goes wild. And then the announcer goes, and in the far corner, we have a fan favorite, the Skateful Hate.
Woo!
And people are like,
Imagine, I wish I had this shirt prepared. The gang that Minnie used to be a part of was called the Hell or High Water. and not part of that anymore. But I think she took that shirt, knowing what the costume was supposed to be, and definitely like ripped it up so like all the cleavage is showing, some under boob, and it just has the hell, and then the like last bit is kind of scratched off a little bit. But she's kind of like, this is the costume.
I am in love with this.
I have a specific scoundrel move for when I make a dramatic entrance.
No way! This is
I'm
your
going
dramatic
to
entrance. This is
right
it.
now.
Let's go.
So I am skating, I am weaving among all of the others, leaving a trail of pink glitter fire. I've got my little horns and my neuro-linked devil tail that flicks around. And I will do like a little leap and flourish and bow as I draw my sword. So I think I just rolled dice.
Yep.
Did I roll dice?
Doesn't look like
No.
it came through.
Oh, here we
There's
are.
a modifier box that pops up. Don't
Got
forget
All right.
that. Hey, a mixed
So I get to
feat.
choose one of these things.
All right.
I think all that I care about is all attention is focused on me for a moment. I'm not going to do the mechanical things because really all I just want is the entire arena's attention right now.
That's actually good.
I mean, I'm helping because Max is a
Yeah, you're
mess.
helping.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Max is
that's it.
struggling.
Max is like in intense negotiations with her sword right now. Okay.
Aren't we all?
No one notices
I'll get you
because
out
the
of
main
this.
attraction is right here.
I'll get you out of this. But, please help me stab some people first.
She goes, I am not built for stabbing, Max. Look at me. I mean, before. What you... She goes, fine. I guess I owe it to you. She is still feeling rather guilty.
Right.
This doesn't feel right, but okay. I'll get you out of this. I don't feel right.
And the
Mal's got your hand and gives it a big squeeze. Like,
squeeze
"You
and we
can do
raise
this."
it, and the four of you roll out. Velocity does this big entrance to take a little bit of attention away from Max's talking to her sword.
Very generous that way.
Yeah.
It's
Very giving.
right, very so giving.
Everyone,
Everybody's so giving.
Myself.
The walls around you of people in this massive arena, the flashes of cameras, just the sound is deafening. If you have a helmet, you do put it on. It's suggested, they're not required. And you hear the sound of the round beginning. And the four of you take off. Now, in front of you is a loop, all right? And then after the loop, it kind of splits one direction and then another. And you know that you're trying to find them and they're trying to find you. Yes, the skate action begins to happen and all of you begin to pick up speed. I'm going to give you each a chance to tell me what you do or what you would like to do. Even if it is come in contact with them, just let me know and we'll narrate through to finding them.
I think Minnie definitely takes off and is like, her mentality right now, Max is having a moment. Mal's probably gonna protect Max, so that's what she does. Velocity's gonna be showing off, trying to get the crowd favorite. Minnie is going to try and take out as many of these fucking naysayers as she can.
Yes.
Using any kind of dirty trick she can too. She's like this is what she does. Not the best team player, but
Okay, now, Max, you did mention being rather smitten with Minnie after saving you. And we didn't actually clarify what happens when you fully become smitten with someone. And this might actually help Minnie. So let's do that. We know why you became smitten, but they get
I'm
a
smitten
string
with both
on
Minnie
you.
and Mal at this point, yeah.
You get a string and answer the questions in the Truth of Heart and Blade section of your playbook.
Wait, do I get a string or do they get a string?
Minnie
Give
gets
them
string
a
on Max.
string on Max.
Okay.
And then answer the question in the Truth of Heart and Blade section of your playbook.
I would give them a string on me. Oh, wait, that's right. It's at the top, right?
No, they do it in their roll 20.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Truth of Heart and Blade section.
Mm-hmm. So in your
Yes.
playbook, there should be
It's-
a
Why?
prompt.
Why did I bring up the snails? When you become smitten with someone, say why, give them a string, and answer this question. What obvious thing about you are you sure would make them reject you?
Oh, I should give that for both Minnie and Mal. And I guess I'm saying it out loud as we're going in.
Literally,
You
I
don't
think
have to
Minnie-
say it out loud. You're telling the other players, but
Oh,
like if you do
Max
say it out
would-
loud, that's also good.
Max
I love it.
also would say it out loud.
I'll give you the prompt. Literally, Minnie, as she skates away to go find everybody, she just like skate fast, and then she smacks both you and Mal's ass as she takes off.
Double
Yes.
Heidi smack.
Yes.
Oh no. I'm too skinny and also too fucking nervous to do anything with anyone ever, and I have my fucking ex-girlfriend in my hand. And that's pretty weird, and I don't think either one of them would as Kala's hearing all this.
So good.
I think Max is just gonna be arguing with Kala every single turn.
Oh my God, I love it.
I love it. Yeah, you're almost too into the sword.
Why are my teammates so hot?
Now,
Why are they mean?
Minnie, what was the actual action you wanted to take? Was there a move? As you hear Max muttering these things, and you're trying, we get that smack as you roll past. What is the move you're making?
I am literally trying to find the I'm trying to find the first naysayer I find and try to literally either knock her out of the ring or
Okay, do you want to stagger?
dirty tricks.
Okay, stagger her or fight.
So
okay.
I can't stagger until because it's a reactive move.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So,
I think right now
I think it's just a fight move. It's just fight.
Okay.
That's what Smitten do right there. That's nice. It pops up in the box. Hot dog. Look at that.
I didn't mean to click the button, and then it showed up in the chat. So you're welcome.
Here we are.
Yeah. Thank you all there. Also, we've had a lot of new follows and a lot of new subs tonight. Thank you, everybody. A downbeat. Don't forget to take and mark that experience, or you can see what you can do to get that up.
No, I kind of I want to see what happens when Minnie just tries to gun it, doesn't like really think before she does the thing, which is like one of her flaws.
Mm-hmm.
She's being a little reckless right now, kind of
Great.
right out the gate.
You see them. You've made, we see Minnie pull ahead, make the loop, and cut right. You can see their stupid helmets just on the horizon. And Minnie, as you're rounding a corner and you would have gone to take them out, you trigger one of the very first traps. You feel your shoe roll over a pressure plate, and at the speed that you're going, it's simply too late. And it's not that you couldn't have, you definitely could have knocked her down. Like, you're convinced you could have knocked her down. But now, you're not worried about that. Instead, from the ceiling, you see there's like a massive tube, probably 5 or 6 feet across, drops a massive boulder.
Oh.
And in a very Indiana Jones style montage, we see it begin to roll after you down. It is now chasing you, and could potentially run you over.
I have a thing called the Defies Disaster.
We'll get there in just a second. What about Malin and Velocity? You see this happen. You watch it like come out of a tube from the ceiling. You know that one of the traps has been triggered.
I would like to, and let Mal, do you have a thing you want to do?
No, I'm thinking. You go.
Okay. So Velocity was sort of like waggling and taunting one of the naysayers to get her to follow her into a trap zone, and sees this going on, and is going to try to skate up to where she can like reach down and help lift Minnie out of the tube that she's trapped in with the boulder.
Oh, nice.
And I think I'm trying to defy the disaster that is coming for Minnie.
Yes.
With daring.
I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
We see you. You're like, oh, I got to get her up and out, right? Because the rinks itself they just drop right off the edge, and so we see you skate up. You take a loop-de up to, and it parallels, and you reach down with your hand and kind of probably yell for Minnie, and Minnie, you reach out. Let's see if you can defy this disaster and grab Minnie and rip her up to the upper level. Let's make a daring roll for defy disaster. Oh,
Okay.
a mixed beat, a 9. Offer you a hard choice or success with a sacrifice. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, it's successful. You get that really cool, like, grasp of hands, and we watch as Velocity slings Minnie up to this upper level, like, rips her, and the boulder rolls right past where she was standing only seconds later. But as this literal devil with tiny wings comes flying through the air and goes to land on this upper deck, there is, of course, a sacrifice that has to be made. And I'm going to say that as Minnie lands, skates really aren't made for that. And one of the wheels gets damaged on her right skate. You hear the crunch on Minnie's skate.
Okay.
She is not dead, but your skate is a broken wheel.
Link arms.
Yep, exactly.
We can,
Yeah.
we can finish this out.
Malin.
Yes. Mal's gonna stick close to Max. Max is having a moment and a time, and we have to skate fast. Mal's gonna make sure Max makes it to the finish line. Mal is going to make sure Max makes it to the finish line. Got my words confused. She doesn't. At this point, Mal wants to win, but cares more about them than the trophy. So I'm gonna stick close to Max to make sure we're good.
Okay. So do you want to actually make a move, or you're just gonna kind of stick with her until something happens?
I'm gonna stick with her till something happens, but I am ready to barrel people over if I have to.
Okay. It is now the turn of the other team.
Wait, I didn't go.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You didn't. You didn't go at the top. That's right. We skipped over. You were arguing with your sword. That's right. And yes, so we see Mal begin to hover near you. What does Max do on this round?
So I have my ex-girlfriend in my hand.
You do.
There's people watching all around this massive arena. There's so much stimulation happening right now that Max just lets out a scream, like a ah! And just starts going as fast as possible directly for the Naysayer Prime.
Okay.
Let's go for
Naysayer Prime. Okay. The Naysayer Prime is obviously, she's in the front. She's got that stupid chin strap thing on, and it like makes her face all, and she's got these glaring eyes, and you can see she's like whipping the air with her riding crop, as they're skating for you. Do you want to do, is this a fight? You gonna just fight them?
Let's see. Yeah, most likely
Okay,
fighting them.
so you can do daring or grace for this one, either one.
Grace.
Okay.
And I have a +2 to Grace.
Great.
And I have a +1 from my bat.
Yes. Yep, the bat is there to help, so that's 3. Oh, a 9. So you definitely get a mixed beat on this. Choose to flirt or provoke your opponent to gain a string on them through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, and take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position. What would you like to do to Naysayer number 1?
Okay, so I'm going to cause violence.
Great.
And I'm also going to create an opportunity for an ally, specifically Mal.
Great. Okay. Okay. Through cutting words, which condition would you like to inflict on them?
Oh, Lord.
Angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, or insecure?
Can I throw a little bit of unseen flavor into this?
Yeah.
Okay, so as I like dive, and like I'm completely going all out and slashing with the sword. Like
I think you said flashing. I was like, oh hell yeah!
I slash with the sword, saying something that would make no sense to like the opponent, but I'm talking to Kala.
Like snails.
You never cared about me anyway.
You hear the sword ring out. She goes, "Yes, I did!" As it cuts through the other person. You're kind of working out your girlfriend issues right here in the rink, which is really what Neon Derby's all about. We know that.
I'm gonna inflict the frightened trait.
Okay.
Because the sword is gonna have like eerie, glowing power to it.
Yeah.
And just like terrify this woman.
And then Prime gets to choose one to inflict on you.
Yeah, Prime.
Okay. Oh, did you get 2? Oh, wait. You were creating
That's
the
how the-
opportunity. Right, yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to do
Oh wait, I don't want that on my sheet.
Oh, you're gonna be really angry. So
Yeah.
she parries. Of course, you're like skating. There's like a swish, swish. We hear your girlfriend go, "Yeah, I really did care about you," as she tings against her riding crop, which is kind of what they use as swords. I guess you could say it has like a steel edging on it, and she like tings it. And as she slides down your blade, she pulls it from your hand. She's going to take your ex-girlfriend.
How's everyone taking your ex-girlfriend?
Everybody wants to take your ex-girlfriend. And it kind of flies in the air and she grabs it. And she says, "Looking for something?" And she bolts past you, leaving an opportunity for Mal and Vor. So,
I want to body check her.
okay, roll a fight.
Fight, 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 fight.
Fight.
Fight me. Fight me about it.
Save my ex-girlfriend.
Hey! A 12! Holy moly! Okay. That's very, very good. A 12 is an upbeat. Choose 3, and your opponent chooses 1 to apply to you in response. So, choose 3.
I feel like Mal's gonna run up and like body slam her. She goes, "Give me back Max's ex-girlfriend!" And, like smacks into her. So I want to create an opportunity for Max to get the sword back.
Okay, easy peasy.
So I guess I would take an object from my opponent. So kind of like if I can get the sword, I can fling it to Max.
So we'll say
and
you
give them
take the sword and then you provide we'll just say an extra opportunity. Mm-hmm.
For Max to get it back. And then I'm going to flirt.
Yes.
To provoke them.
Yes.
And as I'm taking it and I'm like body slapping, I'm just give her that like wink and a like a.
Do you want to toss her out of the rink?
Yes, at the same time as I'm shooting her a kiss.
You
want to push her out.
Yeah, you like slam and we get that like, and she has a moment of like, maybe she even likes it a little bit. Gasp as you toss her like a rag doll. She goes flying. Yeah. The announcer goes, "Nay, I say," and tosses her, and she goes flying. She goes, You kind of hear her throw profanities as the head of the Nay Slayers lands in the pit. You're all up by 1. But the other 3 are gonna get a chance. Now, Max, the sword, of course, goes flying and lands. She like sticks into the ground, and you're able to like skate past and rip it right up out of. Yeah, very nice.
And did Prime choose a thing to do to Mal?
Oh, Prime did not. Oh, she says she's gonna also inflict a condition on you.
Ooh, okay.
And she goes as you go to kiss and throw her and you kind of tease her. She's gonna inflict the condition insecure.
Ooh.
And she's going to say, "It's not like would ever date anybody as big as you anyway." And she goes,
"Listen, I just tall."
Yeah, I just tall.
Just tall.
But
she totally would, though.
But we all know she totally would. She totally would. And she inflicts.
Yeah, she wants to climb that tree.
Yeah, she wants that tree. Insecure. And the other 3 come riding around the corner. They go into the like dome bubble and they ride around it, like all different directions before they come shooting out after gaining all of this speed. They're moving rather fast and they're coming up now behind. I would say Minnie and Velocity, which are kind of on a higher level of the rink. But you do hear one of them go down, and the announcer says, 1 Nay Slayer down. What are we called? The Skateful Hate take the lead. And they are going to fight you. You can hear you can hear their crops like smacking open air as they come up behind you. And they want to try to fight you.
You can just do a GM move.
Yep, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, like the NPCs don't have to roll, or they don't roll.
They don't
have
roll.
stats.
So I'm gonna just say, where's that table? I had that open. That's in my other one. That's in my other one. GM moves. No, narrative moves. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They are going to try to inflict conditions on the both of you. Actually, no. Okay, how about this? I'm going to offer you both XP to make an unwise decision as they come up behind you.
My favorite.
Which I think would put one of you at 3 or higher now, but I'm gonna give it to you. You don't have to. You can like dodge them and they'll just slip right past you. Maybe they'll inflict a condition instead, but offer them an XP to make an unwise decision. What unwise decision do you make as they come riding up very fast behind you, slapping crops in open air?
It's definitely me and
Velocity.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the two of you.
Minnie is going to make the unwise decision because she got smitten earlier when Velocity helped her out. Yeah. It just kind of like dawns on her as like her skate's broken and the other people are coming up behind her. And her question is, why do you think they would be wrong to forgive you? And yeah, Minnie's just like, I mean, Velocity gets with a lot of people, but she'd never go for someone with a past like mine.
Aww.
Not even for a quickie. So,
a hot scofflaw.
So,
That hurt my heart.
I know, not even for a quickie. Damn.
So Minnie is going to actually whip Velocity forward, give some velocity to Velocity.
Yeah.
And like actually like kick off her broken skate and just cause a big old dog pile with the other two.
Okay.
So that she goes down.
So
and
you
they
go down.
They go down. Or at least one of them goes down.
Yeah, Velocity, you basically create this. You can take the XP. This is definitely an unwise decision. And
Stupid.
you feel 2 riding crops smack you in the hiney really
Ow.
hard. That was clearly what they were trying to do to begin with, but you take both of them and whap whap as you go tumbling. Skates come off the rink, and now you are prone in the middle of this lane as Velocity goes zooming past. Now, Velocity, you could easily make the loop and come back around if you wanted. Would you also like to take an XP to make a unwise decision?
Well, before that, I wonder, have I narrowly evaded a physical blow, or are we about to discover that?
You just evaded. Yep.
Then it's time for me to invoke the scoundrel move.
Ooh.
So, my clothes have been damaged. I am now
no.
practically indecent, in addition to being literally indecent
Okay.
all the time. So for the remainder of the scene, when I roll a 10 plus on any move against an NPC, I can declare that they have a crush on me, and any PC who becomes smitten with me during the scene can mark XP. So check it out.
Okay.
Not that you haven't been already. And
Right.
so yeah, what unwise decision?
Okay, yeah, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you simply skate past and you see the 2 twins sitting there in the same seats that you and Malin were in earlier watching them skate, as your shirt kind of tears and rips even more. And maybe there's like a slow motion, like, as your scantily clad body passes by. They definitely, both shields go up so that they can get a clear view.
Shields
up. Yeah, shields up as you pass by, and you get a double twin wink.
Wink. Okay,
Wink. Yes,
great.
wink.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to make the unwise decision. I will take the condition. I am ready to feel bad.
Okay, you definitely feel something. I would say you feel... I'm gonna say you feel guilty. You left Minnie behind.
I did. I
Minnie
knew I
took
was
the
going
fall.
to. I just didn't expect it to happen so quickly.
Yep, Minnie took the fall. Now,
Wow.
Minnie, your unwise decision is unwise for you. Because you and 2 of them go tumbling off the edge.
Minnie.
We're down 1 teammate, but there is only 1 Nayslayer left on the rink, and it is all of your turns. Who would like to... Yes, Minnie.
Sorry, I just like I guess on our turns.
Yeah.
So I got 3 experience.
So you can advance.
Yes.
So maybe as you hit the foam pit, you feel yourself.
I have my moment of like
Yeah,
realization.
like-
And I'm actually going to take a move because I liked that move and I really wanted to do it. But I didn't want to play that playbook. I'm going to take the scantily clad move
Okay,
from the scoundrel.
the scoundrel, go for it.
The rip?
The rip.
The rip.
Yes.
The rip!
She was already I think it's in canon now. Minnie's packing in the front and in the back. So like her costume is not hiding a lot.
Okay.
So I imagine the mortal wounds from the crops falling into the pit, just the just like indecent but not like completely naked.
Sure. And maybe as you kind of sit forward in all of this foam, you've got 2 of these Nay Slayers on either side of you, who don't look near as good in this foam pit as you do. And you, as you sit up, you look up where the like audience is, and your eye catches that of another group.
Mm-hmm.
A Wrangler wearing drummer sits there, still spinning effortlessly.
Hell's bells.
Hell's bells, yeah, the Hell's bells. They nod. She kind of nods and notes like your sacrifice, and kind of smiles at you. Catches the drumstick and like puts it in their back pocket, and you can see there's just like a moment between the both of you as you sit there rather scantily clad in a foam pit.
Oh shit. No, I'm smitten again.
Yeah. Carefully placed foam in all the right places.
Yeah.
I love that, carefully placed foam. And we cut back up to the rink. There's only one left, and you can hear the announcer. Looks like the Skateful Hate's gonna walk away with this round.
Yeah. I think we're coming for him.
Great.
Yeah, we're definitely coming.
Everybody's just coming for them. So I'm going to say, if everybody would like, so one person can make the fight move, and then each of you can kind of, like, help, if that makes sense. Like, you guys could do, like, a group move. Sure.
I have so much manic energy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You need
I'm just
this.
flirting with them. Right now. We don't need to roll it. They don't have a name yet, but like I think they're on my tail, right? Because they were
and you can hear them like.
So I'm just gonna I'm flirtatiously leading them around the obstacles while like Mal and Max show up.
What does your tail
finish
say
things.
behind you? Like what's in your tail?
Wow, what is in my tail? I think it's gotta be like it's like a kisses for Mal, or not for Minnie. Kisses for Minnie. Gonna do this for you.
Yep.
Yes.
And you and it kind of passes by. Minnie, you see it. It's wonderful. And it's enough of a distraction. You're kind of setting Max and Malin up, basically, as you're gonna drive them right past them. The last of the Nay Slayers, she wears a double pigtail. She's drilled holes in her helmet, so it kind of like comes out of her riding helmet. She can't keep her eyes off of your tail, and she doesn't see it coming at all. Let's see, Max and Malin, what do both of you do?
You need to double team them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We wanna do
Max
that.
is leading this charge, and Mal is here just as like full support. We're gonna take him out.
Okay. Is this just gonna be like a straight, like you're gonna want
1
to
second.
tackle him?
Something is going off in my house.
Oh yes, of
Oh
course.
no.
And I imagine it's got to be done with the sword, though. So
Yeah.
maybe you both grab hands, and it's going to be one of these, like, sling and a slinger, Max
flinger.
around. Yeah, Max around. So I'm going to say, since Max had to step away, you make the fight roll, and we'll get a +1 from Max with this ex-girlfriend sword, and you get a +1 because velocity sets you up for success. And if it doesn't go well, then Max can roll. Oh! A 12 upbeat, that's a lot.
Oh no, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh,
That's
okay, I was about to say,
Hold
was
on.
that, is that what you rolled?
No.
That was from before, yes.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
A 13 upbeat, okay. Malin, tell me how you perfectly grab and sling Max, and then Max, tell me how you make a final cutting blow.
Yeah, so Max has the sword in one hand, Mal grabs their other hand. They start like gaining more speed, and as they get going, Mal pulls ahead and then just like slings their arm, and just with all of that momentum sends Max flying at them.
Oh, wait, you might be muted.
Max is going to leap in the air and basically land her thighs at the neck of the person, of the Nayslayer, and then just flip them into the pit.
Oh yes, you we see this happen. You come down, it's legs and thighs first, baby, and you grab them, you tumble and sling their body. The crowd goes nuts. Absolutely crazy. The announcer's like, we've not seen a performance like that all night long.
13 hurts and spices.
He goes, we've yet to see a team with 3 people left standing in the ring. The round goes to the Skateful Hate. Everybody's just like, yeah. And you can see there's like a scoreboard. You get like a certain score, I guess you could say, based on your performance and how many of you are left standing. And all of you ting in the top 5. Yeah. Your score puts you at the top and people go nuts. And then something happens.
Besides Mal getting very smitten with Max pulling that move off.
Actually, you know what, Max? You hear your sword say, oh my god, that was so hot.
Max has just started screaming when she jumped and has not stopped screaming since she landed.
I'm not going to speak for Velocity.
Yeah,
Minnie also got smitten.
Oh, God. So everybody becomes smitten with Max. We see Max rise to the occasion. Something about this ex-girlfriend sword has either put an extreme amount of rage in her or has inspired her to be the best Max she could be. But whatever it is, people are going nuts. People are holding up t-shirts that have Max's name on it. People are screaming, we love you! Love you! And Max is just like staring down at this pit, and we do hear the blade. This is, I've never been so turned on. As the lights in the arena go out, somebody flips the entire switch. A PA system comes on, like the emergency lights click on. People are like, hey, what's going on? Mumble, mumble, mumble. And you hear a rather corporate voice that says, ladies, we must ask you to exit the building immediately. This event is now over. We repeat, this event is now over due to a bat infestation and a recent fight. We are calling an end to the Neon Derby. We are calling an end to the Neon Derby, and we are sad to say this will be the last Neon Derby that is ever had here. People start going, boo, ooh, and he goes, if you do not...
What are they going to do, stop us?
If you do not evacuate the building, we will have to bring in security to escort you out. Thank you and have a lovely evening.
Sending to the unseen world now.
And the mic goes out, and as it clicks, you hear kind of a strange silence for the first time. People are trying to take this information in, such a staple of a thing, but you can hear and see outside the arena the neon lights. They flicker purple and pink because that's what the cops have. As they roll up, and you can hear them say, please evacuate the building. It's coming through like a big microphone. Please evacuate the building. And we're going to end this section right here. And we will come back and see if our daring team can not only win the crown, but save the Neon Derby so that it comes back next year. We're going to take just a quickie break.
Police. Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay.
I just did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, I don't want to get that in trouble.
Yeah, right? No, I mean, you're not going to get me in trouble. That being said, we're going to take a quickie break. We're human. We're going to go take a bio. You go take a bio. Quench your thirst for a second, but not too much because we still need you thirsty when you return. And we'll be back for the third and final portion of tonight's game as we see how all this pans out. We will be right back. And while you're gone, go check out this incredible game. If you're having a
Yes.
good time,
Seriously. Oh my
Thirsty
God.
Sword Lesbians is available now for you to support on Kickstarter. There's a link right there in chat, and you can also go check out all of this incredible talent. Right here is all of their Twitter links. Go see what they're up to because they're all making pretty cool stuff. So fill some time. We'll be right back, and until then, enjoy our synthwave music that I've got pre-prepared for you.